What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
The wretched tale of Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa. A place that promised paradise, but delivered only despair. As I sit here, reflecting on the horrors I endured, my heart still aches with the memories of that fateful stay. I remember walking into the lobby, my eyes wide with excitement, expecting a tranquil oasis. But, oh, the deception that awaited me. The trees and rooms, a mere facade, a deceitful cover for the incompetence that lurked beneath. Like a wolf in sheep's clothing, Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa, pretended to be a haven, but in reality, it was a den of disappointment. The first red flag, the overcharging. A hefty price tag for a room that promised luxury, but delivered only mediocrity. I paid a small fortune for a penthouse suite, only to be downgraded to a regular room without so much as an apology. The audacity. It was as if they believed I, a paying customer, was beholden to them, that I should be grateful for the privilege of staying at their establishment. Newsflash, Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa, I, the customer, am always right. But, alas, the rooms themselves were a catastrophe. Hard beds, tiny balconies, and an eerie sense of being watched. I felt like a prisoner in my own space, trapped by the incompetence of the staff. The privacy sign on my door, a mere suggestion, a joke, really. For, I soon discovered, the staff saw fit to ignore it, barging into my room without so much as a knock. My wife, dear, sweet, innocent wife, was left shaken, her privacy violated, her trust betrayed. And then, the food. Oh, the food. A culinary abomination. A travesty, really. How could an establishment that promised so much deliver so little? The breakfast, a meager offering, a paltry excuse for a meal. 4 tiny pieces of fruit, a few crumbs, and a cup of coffee, bitter and cold. I might as well have been eating at a school cafeteria. And don't even get me started on the waiters, some of whom were rude, others who seemed to be suffering from a severe case of apathy. But what really took the cake was the scamming. Oh, the blatant, bare-faced thievery. Charging me for amenities I never received, doubling down on the charges when I dared to question them. It was as if they thought me a fool, a naive little lamb to be fleeced at their whim. Well, let me tell you, Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa, I may be a lamb, but I am a lamb with a loud voice, and I will not be silenced. As I reflect on my stay, I am left with a sense of melancholy, a deep-seated sadness that lingers long after the trip has ended. It's a sadness that stems from the realization that some places, some people, are simply not bothered with doing better. They are content to rest on their laurels, to coast on their reputation, rather than putting in the effort to truly excel. But, I ask you, dear listeners, what is the point of a 5-star rating if the service is subpar? What is the point of a beautiful beachfront location if the staff is rude and inattentive? No, my friends. We must hold these establishments accountable. We must demand better. For, as the great philosopher, Anonymous, once said, you get what you pay for, but sometimes you get less, and that's just not acceptable. So, here's to you, Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa. May this review serve as a warning to all who would dare to stay at your establishment. May it be a beacon of hope, a shining light in the darkness, guiding travelers to better, brighter shores. And to my dear listeners, I ask, have you ever had a similar experience? Have you ever felt taken advantage of, ignored, or disrespected by a hotel or its staff? Share your stories with me, dear friends. Let us commiserate, let us rant, let us rise up and demand better from those who would seek to take our hard-earned cash. For, as the saying goes, the customer is always right. And I, dear friends, am a customer who will not be silenced. Okay, so I was, looking into stuff near Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa. You know, because people go there for vacation and it's supposed to be nice. But it turns out, things happen. Businesses around there. They can be kinda sneaky, honestly. It's not like every shop is trying to get you, but you gotta be careful. First off, a lot of vacation packages are fake. You think you're booking a dream trip, maybe with a nice hotel close to Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa, but it's all a lie. This woman, Rodriguez Murillo, she was arrested for selling these fake vacations, over 50 people, almost $30,000 gone. Can you believe that? People, especially older people, were just excited to get away, and she took their money. I bet a lot of them were super disappointed, probably had to cancel everything, and felt really stupid, You know? She's probably still in jail, honestly, or at least facing a lot of charges. The money? Probably long gone. Then there's this other thing. Apparently, there are these scam call centers operating in Costa Rica, sending out fake sweepstakes notices. Mostly targeting older Americans. They tell them they've won, but they need to pay fees to claim the prize. Thousands of dollars sent through Western Union to Costa Rica. Seriously, who falls for that? But people do. They probably felt so embarrassed admitting they'd been scammed, and maybe lost their life savings. That guy, Emilio Jose Torres, he got indicted in the US, but these places just pop up again, right? They move locations every few months. And, this is kinda scary, there have been virtual kidnapping scams. It's not like they're grabbing people off the street near Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa, but these criminals pretend to be customers, trick people into going to remote areas, then threaten their families for money. Like, you're trying to run a small business, offering services, and suddenly you're in a really dangerous situation. The families must have been terrified, and the victims probably traumatized for a long time. I bet those scammers are still out there too, finding new people to target. It's just depressing, you know? You go to a beautiful place like Playa Hermosa, hoping for a good time, and this is what's going on underneath. The dark reality of businesses near Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa. The businesses near Hotel Bosque del Mar, Playa Hermosa, are a masterclass in disappointment. If you came expecting warm hospitality, fair prices, or even just basic competence, prepare to leave with a lighter wallet and a heavier heart. Let's start with the restaurants, because what better way to ruin a vacation than with overpriced, underwhelming food? Restaurants here have a special talent, making you regret every bite. Take Ginger Restaurant Bar, for example. The reviews paint a picture of a place that believes fusion cuisine means fusing high prices with low quality. Diners describe shrimp drowned in burnt sauce, mushy tortillas pretending to be signature dishes, and servers who act like they're doing you a favor by letting you pay. One guest said they had to spit out the first 3 bites, impressive, considering most people only need one. Others complained of cats wandering freely, hygienic, while one unlucky diner had their meal soundtracked by a loud American ranting about politics. If you love paying $100 to leave hungry and angry, this is your spot. Then there's La Casita del Marisco, where waiting 2 hours for cold food seems to be part of the experience. One diner joked that they must still be catching the fish, except it's not a joke when your kids fall asleep at the table before the food arrives. Others weren't laughing when they ended up at the clinic with food poisoning. A red snapper so dry it was dying for the second time was another highlight. If you enjoy playing Russian roulette with seafood, this is your place. But the real champion is Aqua. This restaurant has perfected the art of the scam. Beer prices magically double when the bill arrives, and if you complain? Tough luck. The website is out of date, apparently. Then there's the food poisoning, multiple cases, all traced back to their grilled dishes. One visitor described ceviche that tasted like raw fish in water with a pinch of salt. And if you bring a dog, beware, the resident pregnant dog might attack yours while the staff watches. Oh, and don't forget the killer bees. Yes, actual killer bees. One reviewer said they had to run half a mile down the beach to escape. Fine dining at its most thrilling. Now, let's talk about the shops. Pura Vida ride should be called Pura Vida Light. Staff act like you're invisible, unless you're doing something wrong, like daring to pay without waiting for a terminal beep. One customer, a local of 4 years, was treated like a nuisance while buying $300 worth of shirts. The clothes were shoved into a bag like trash. Classy. And spas? Pure Spa is under new management but kept the old name. And apparently, the old habit of disappointing people. A manicure and pedicure with no polish will set you back $155. For that price, you'd expect gold leaf on your cuticles. Instead? No actual place to do the manicure. One couple booked a VIP massage and got what felt like a sports recovery session, not relaxing, just painful. Their lash lift? Gone in 3 days. So, what's the takeaway? Businesses here operate on 2 principles: charge too much, care too little. The food is either bad or dangerous, the service is cold when it exists at all, and the prices feel like a personal insult. If you're staying at Hotel Bosque del Mar, do yourself a favor, eat elsewhere, shop elsewhere, and for the love of sanity, avoid places where the bees are more aggressive than the waitstaff. Because in Playa Hermosa, the real luxury is finding a business that doesn't treat you like a walking ATM with no feelings. And based on the reviews, that's a rare find.